Hello and welcome to Shot Selection, a brand new series brought to you by Matchroom Boxing. In this series, we're going to be talking to future and current stars and breaking down their boxing excellence. Right, Dalton, the fight that I'm going to talk about and what I want to pick your brains on is fighting a southpaw. You're an orthodox. You're very good at fighting southpaws. That fight against Sam Mason was excellent. It was spot on. Straight away, I'm going to ask you the question, what is the thought pattern going in with a southpaw?
Do you know what it is? It's from the early on in my career, an orthodox fighter always say, I don't like southpaws, I don't like them.
Yeah.
But there's something with a southpaw for me, I just love a southpaw. I get every shot off. And I seem to land big punches on them. And I don't know, I seem to get my foot on the outside, the way I position my shoulder. And to be fair, when I box a southpaw, I can usually sit more relaxed, a lower guard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just something with a southpaw, I seem to manoeuvre around them and get my shots off a lot cleaner.
So you said it there, your foot on the outside. Is that something you're always looking to do? So I'm the southpaw. Are you always looking to get on the outside?
Not necessarily, because sometimes you can, as a Yugo southpaw, they always say you need a foot on the outside, you need a foot on the outside. But sometimes if you're switching, if you're keeping your foot on the inside and you're moving, when you're ready to attack, you can step over to that side.
Yeah.
Because if you're constantly on the outside of the foot, I feel like sometimes they can find your range a lot better. But if you're down here, on the inside, just feinting, then when you do attack, come over.
Yeah.
And I seem to get out of the way of the, out of the danger zone, yeah. And I seem to, keep my feet moving side to side. And when I do attack, that's when I'll step through. But so I'm not always constantly having my foot on the outside. Yeah,
I think that's a wise move. I think not being predictable in this game is so important. And if you're constantly outside, you can be red. I think the shot that I was so impressed with was the variation with the right hand. Yeah. And you said it there, it was coming down the middle, it was coming round the side. It caused him so many problems. Yeah. Talking about your foot position there, will that change the shot that you're going to throw? So if you are inside the stance, will you then keep it straight and then step out and throw the hook? What are you thinking as far as throwing the shot and having your feet on the inside or the outside?
To be fair, I think it depends whereabouts I am in range. Maybe if I'm on the outside and I'm close in, it's hard to get your shots off a little bit. But if you're on the inside there, I can open them up and then come around. Yeah. So I'm constantly switching my foot inside, outside. I'm not always trying to be on the outside of the southpaw.
Yes, and I guess as well that changes the jab as well.
Yeah.
If you're in the southpaw stance now, I guess predominantly if your foot's on the outside, you're looking to get round on the outside of their lead hand. Do you change that up if you're stepping inside? Will you ping it through the middle, round the side?
Yeah, so it's the same process. So if the southpaw's coming into me, I might be walking this way, I might jab there, and then he might throw a jab. As I've thrown, he throws a jab. I can come on the outside then, over. Yeah. So if I'm there, I come out around. So you don't always have to constantly be on the outside, because the opponent always he knows where you are if you're on the outside. But if you're switching it up, it confuses them. And depending on where your foot is, if it's on the inside, you can come short. If you're on the outside, you can come over wide, ball or through the middle. And I just seem to get more variation through with a southpaw.
We were talking about it off air just there. Talking about combinations that you like to throw against the southpaw. What are your favourite sort of combinations?
To be fair, I don't think I have a favourite. It's just what comes off naturally. And I think from the Sam Mason fight, everything was a dip to the side, over the top, or coming over through.
And is that, I guess, for the viewer there, anyone an orthodox fighting the southpaw, you're safe there.
Yeah.
You're literally safe, aren't you? Yeah. Because for me to get my shot over to you, it's got to travel a long way, and you can see it coming. So being on the outside, I guess, which you are taught from an early age, you are safe in a way, aren't you? Yeah.
And to be fair, it's where you finish with the shot. So if you're moving here, you're jabbing there, you're jabbing, you're moving, and then you step over. You're safe through here.
And as far as defence is concerned, is there anything you try to do when you're under attack, when you're fighting a southpaw? Would you move predominantly away from their lead hand or their backhand, or you mix up the movement?
What I always find with southpaw is, your lead hand is always your rangefinder, and especially with a southpaw, because his closest foot is to yours.
Yeah.
So he's jabbing your jab, they're identical. Over, like you're both fighting for the jab. So I always find if you're too close in, they're going to get their shots off. They're going to move. They're going to get round you. But if you're here and you're constantly using this arm to maneuver, you know what angle he's at. Yeah. You can move this. You can move the hand and come through.
Managing
Boom.
this
Yeah.
is very important.
So I never have a tight guard with a southpaw, you know, because they can come over the side, they can get round you, they can move this way. Yeah. So I seem to keep more of a distance and control it with my lead hand. Yeah. And I'm down there, control. Yeah, I don't want to get too close. I always want to control the range with my lead hand.
Yeah. And I guess for any young fighters out there, what are your tips on fighting a southpaw? Is there anything in particular you look at when you're fighting a southpaw?
Hit and don't get hit.
I guess that is the art of boxing, right?
No. I always think with a southpaw, you've got to be careful of the backhand straight down the middle. Yeah. And that's where I taught, constantly moving the angle, transitioning your weight.
Not coming to square on.
Yeah, don't stay in the same spot, because as an orthodox, as a southpaw, your backhands, you can get them straight down the pipe. So it's not staying too upright. Keep moving. Control the distance with your lead hand. And like I say, you can throw them inside. You can come on the outside, but always be careful of the lead hand coming over the top, because yeah, that one.
There you go. There's your masterclass on fighting southpaws. Dalton Smith.
Thank you.